Hey, welcome back. I was at the San Francisco airport and I saw this really awesome motorcycle display that I thought I'd record while I was here traveling. So it's got all these really old motorcycles. They're like 100 years old, so I thought it'd be really cool to show everybody. So let's go check out all the motorcycles. Early American motorcycles. Here at San Francisco International Airport, I ran into this. It's at the International Terminal. Pretty cool display they got here. There's a, looks like a Curtis Twin. Curtis Motor Company. Curtis double cylinder, the Curtis double cylinder. Glenn Curtis on a twin Curtis, 1906. This one's called the Jefferson. Look at the exhaust pipes coming out the side and the carburetor in the middle. It's like they're like works of art, these bikes. And I guess you lay down on them the way the handlebars are. These must be the racing versions. Jefferson twin cylinder racer, 1914, Waverly Manufacturing Company. Made in Jefferson, Wisconsin. I like the color that they chose for it. I don't know if that's original or not. Local San Bruno racetrack. What's this? Los Angeles racetrack? Los Angeles Stadium. Looks like they're on dirt. This one's called the Flying Merkel. That's a good name if you have a race motorcycle. Flying Merkel twin cylinder, 1912. Miami Cycle Manufacturing Company, Middleton, Ohio. It's a good looking bike. I'm not sure why they all have white tires. What else we got here? Racing and motorcycle development. Here's an Indian, an early Indian. Look how the exhaust pipe is molded around the oil reserve. I think it's an oil reserve there. And these had kickback pedals like your bicycle. That's your brake system. 8-valve racer, Indian 8-valve racer, sign says. That one's a little more upright. 1912. Hendy Manufacturing Company, made in Springfield, Massachusetts. And you notice there's no brakes on these things, so it's just that little kickback hub brake like early bicycles had. It looks like they have some kind of gearing for the valves chiming there too. That was a pretty good looking bike. There's another Flying Merkel. This one's model 470, 1914. Made in Middletown, Ohio again. This one looks a little heavier. I guess that was the color they had, the orange. I'm not sure what's on the front, but it almost looks like a speedometer, which is very advanced for the time. Little gear-driven speedometer. That's a cool bike right there. And it looks like it has a suspension system in the rear. You see the little black rubber part? It's amazing all these bikes are over 100 years old. San Francisco Motor Club. And Flying Merkel. Some details about it. This picture is taken in Livermore, California. Look at all the motorcycles there. It's a lot of motorcycles. I think back then only the rich could afford them. Unless everybody is riding a bicycle. Look at that one, wow. I like the shiny tank. 1912 Magneto Twin. It's called Marsh-Metz Magneto Twin, American Motor Company. That's a good looking bike. That one you could ride. Look at the handlebars. You could ride that one sitting up normal. A Pierce 4. 2 women in the sidecar. Wow, look at this one. That's a beautiful bike there. 1911. Pierce Cycle Company, made in Buffalo, New York. 1911. That is a cool looking bike. I like how the engine's low in the frame, so the center of gravity is better. It's got a mud flap on the front. Exhaust is underneath, so you're not getting blasted of hot air or hot exhaust. It's like a work of art, that bike. You sit way back too. Very interesting. Riding early motorcycles. Ruth Hopper Beale, 1913. Iver Johnson. This is a rare one. They're all rare, but this one's super rare. And Iver Johnson also made firearms. Now this one I bet is worth a lot of money. It's probably worth about $500,000 or something like that. Made in Fitchburg, Massachusetts. Iver Johnson. It's a good looking bike. They all have their own little look, don't they? Spring seat there. Again, no brakes. Pretty good looking bike there. Some old pictures they have here. 1917. Some ladies and a little girl. The motorcycle Cannonball. This is like the Cannonball Run movie, but with motorcycles, and all the motorcycles have to be older. When they first started in 2010. The motorcycles have to be like pre-1916. This is one that a guy rode 3 times, this Harley. It's got some modern things on it, like front brake he added, and LED lights to survive the brutal drive across country, but it made it. It's got a little horn up there too, you see that on the left side? And added mirrors, and it looks like some kind of a navigation system. Oh, it rolls. You write notes on it. Pretty neat. Looks like a speedometer goes down to the rear wheel too. This is a Model 11F LP 1915 Harley Davidson. Excelsior. Record-setting Excelsior 1912. Wow, that's a cool looking one. This is a Model 4B Autocycle. Excelsior Autocycle 1912. Very neat. It says single cylinder. I don't know what CCs they are. They look like they're about a 200 or something like that. Harley Davidson. Woman on Harley Davidson's McPherson, Kansas, 1910. Look at this Harley. Harley Davidson Model 6, 1910. You see how you got a shift up there if you're left hand? And you got that drive belt and leather. You wouldn't want to get your foot caught in that. They later changed to metal chains because the leather just kept giving them problems and breaking. Reliability issues. But man, what a beautiful motorcycle that is. It's probably worth a fortune too. I'd love to hear these things run. I like how the whole display has a big black and white photograph behind it. Still can't believe this is in an airport. Pretty neat. Motorcyclists in front of Alfred's Thor motorcycle dealership. 1910 in Market Street, San Francisco. Only 3 perfect scores and all Thors. That's a good tagline. Thor quality. Curtis Motorcycles. Glenn Curtis there in 1907. Curtis double cylinder 1907. Again, leather drive belt. It's a beautiful bike. I'm not sure what the double canisters are above the engine. They're a little black. Might be fuel filter of some kind or oil. I don't know. Any early bike people, let me know in the comments. Riding touring the Van Buren sisters. This is the Van Buren sisters on Indian motorcycles in 1916. There's a Yale single, 1910. Consolidated Manufacturing Company of Toledo, Ohio. Made the Yale. Now that one's unrestored. Probably worth more money than all those other ones because it's unrestored. I don't know what it sounds like. It probably has a putt-putt sound. Putt, 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 putt. And I don't see any normal like throttle like a modern motorcycle would have. Indian motorcycles. Charles Henshaw and Oscar Hedstrom. 1903 Indian. Look at that giant horn. Ooga ooga. That's a cool looking one too. They all look so different. Pretty neat. George Wyman rides cross country. This is George, the end of his transcontinental ride in 1903. California Motor Bicycle, 1902. Look at the little spring suspension on the front. And again, a leather drive. It's like, that's a pretty neat one. Cork handlebars. Remember, there were no paved roads back then. It was all dirt. You get beat up riding these things. It's really neat. It's good looking. I guess that's a transition into a motorcycle. Motor pacing and early engines. Motor pacing and cyclists at 6 days, Madison Square Garden. Huh. D. Dion Boughton jacketless motor. And a Curtis single cylinder motor on display here. It's like they're kind of unrestored, showing them in their original conditions. Champion spark plug way back then. Pretty great stuff. Great display. Really enjoyed it. Hey, I hope you liked the motorcycles at the International Terminal in San Francisco today that I showed you. If you like what I'm doing, please subscribe and give me a thumbs up, hit the bell notifications. And thanks for coming on my journey today. All right, see you next time. Hopefully I won't be wearing this.